Okay. Today we are going to solve the good afternoon children. Today we have to solve the remaining questions present in the chemical bonding lesson. Question number 1, class 11, subject chemistry. Chemical bonding. Explain the question is explain the structure of PF5 like PCl5 and ASF5 based on VSEPR theory. This is the question, right? This is the question. So we already discussed about the VSEPR theory. The structure of PCl5 also we have discussed. Now they are asking the structure of PF5. PF5 and ASF5 also example of the sp3 dehybridization compound. Now I am going to draw the structures. Phosphorus atomic number equal to 15. Valence electron equal to 5. How 5? Electronic configuration is equal to neon 3s2 3p3. So up to neon 10 electrons over. Remaining is called valence electrons. Totally 5 electrons are there. So valence electrons are 5 electrons. Then now the number of bonding pairs. How many bonding pairs are there? No. Number of surrounding atoms. Next one is number of surrounding atoms. How many surrounding atoms? There are 5 surrounding atoms. PF5, 5 fluids. So 5 surrounding atoms. Next, number of bonding atoms. How to find the number of bonding atoms? Valence electron plus surrounding atom divided by 2. 5 plus 5 divided by 2. 5 plus 5 divided by 2 equal to 5 is the answer. Next one is number of lone pair, bond pair atoms. Bonding pair atoms. Number of lone pair atoms equals to lone pair equal to total valence electron minus surrounding atoms, bonding pair minus bonding pair. So how many total valence electron? 5. So 5 minus how many bonding pairs are there? 5. So 5 minus 5 equal to 0. Therefore lone pair in PF5 equal to 0. So these are the things are also important in this question. So this is the way to find how many lone pair electrons and how many bond pair electrons present in the PF5. Now I am going to explain the structure of PF5 or phosphorus pentafluoride. Okay, with the help of the diagram. The help of the diagram. Now I am going to explain this concept with the help of PF5 diagram. Okay, PF fluorine. One more fluorine is there. This is the structure of PF5 given in the textbook. So the valence shell electron pair repulsion is 5 here. That all are bonding pairs. To minimize the repulsion between the bonding pairs, three of them are arranged. Three of the atoms are arranged at the corners of the trigonal bipyramidal PF3. This is sp3 dehybridization, trigonal bipyramidal shape. The shape is trigonal bipyramidal shape. And the bond angle between this is 90 degree and this is 120 degree. This bond is called axial bond and this bond is called equatorial bond. I will tell you. To minimize the repulsion between the bonding pairs, some of the electrons are pairs are arranged at the corners of the trigonal bipyramidal shape molecule. This arrangement will help to minimize the repulsion between the bonding pairs. Three of them are horizontal plane. Three of the hybrid orbitals lie horizontal to the phosphorus atom, and they are called as equatorial bond. And the remaining two are called axial bond. Axial bond is straight. These two are called axial. These three are called equatorial. So these two axial bond overlap hybrid. The two hybrid orbitals lie vertical on the phosphorus atom are called axial bonding. So they have the bond angle of 90 degree, and the equatorial structures have the bond angle of 120 degree. This is the structure of phosphorus pentafluoride. Now I am going to draw the orbital diagram for them. sp3 hybridization. One s orbital, 3 p orbital and 1 d orbital hybridized to form the sp3 d hybrid orbitals. So s orbitals like this, p orbitals 2px is like this, overlapping in the axial overlapping, that's why 2py is like this, 2pz is like this. This is z 2pz, 2py and z square, 2p dz square. So these are 5 things hybridize. These are the 5 things will hybridize to form bond like this. This is called trigonal bipyramidal shape. Already we have drawn. So this is called trigonal bipyramidal shape. Intermixing of atomic orbitals of almost equal energy or comparable energy to form new set of orbitals are called hybrid orbitals. These hybrid orbitals forming like this. This is sp3 dehybridization, and it is trigonal bipyramidal shape. 2px. This one is 2px, 2py and 2pz. Z always in the horizontal plane, x and y are in the vertical plane. So these are the things given in the textbook. Next I am going to draw the electron ground state electronic configuration and the excited state configuration of PF5. See, ground state configuration, G state configuration. We already known we have to draw only the valence electron 3s2 xy 3p 3 and I am going to draw the DRP 3d orbitals. This is 3s2 2 electrons are 3p3 3 electrons are there. This is 2px 2py 2pez. So empty d orbitals. This is nothing but dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square, dz square. Right now I am to write this excited state configuration. Excited state configuration. One electron from the s orbital will promoted to the empty d orbitals according to Hund's rule. To stabilize, half-filled orbitals are more stable than the unpaired orbitals one. So these are all half-filled orbitals. How many half-filled orbitals are there? 5 half-filled orbitals are there. So now I am going to draw say fluorine surrounding atom. How many surrounding atoms? Surrounding atoms. Covalent bond. Form covalent bond. Covalent bond with phosphorus like this. So how many fluorine atoms we have to draw here? One, two, three, four, five. So here one electron, here 1, 2, 3, 4 electrons. One s orbital, 3 p orbital, 1 d orbitals. These things hybridize now. Fluorine, covalent bond. Here one more fluorine form covalent bond. Here also fluorine form covalent bond. Here also fluorine form covalent bond. So the hybridization is one s orbital, 3 p orbital, 1 d orbital combining to form sp3 dehybridization mixing with fluorine. This is the electronic state electron configuration diagram for phosphorus pentafluoride. The same this is same structure coming for arsenic pentafluoride also. They are examples of sp3d hybridization molecules. Now I am going to solve the next problem. 4 questions given to you. Predict the correct order of repulsions. Like that they are giving the correct answers. Bond pair, repulsion, lone pair, bond pair, lone pair, all these things given. Lone pair, bond pair, lone pair. Lone pair greater than lone pair, greater than bond pair. Lone pair greater than bond pair, greater than lone pair. So for this question in the VSEPR theory, the postulates of the VSEPR theory, they have given that lone pair interaction always greater because lone pair electrons will not involve any type of bonding, so the repulsion is maximum, and lone pair is next, and bond pair is least. Therefore C is the answer, correct answer. Lone pair let us take a water molecule, hydrogen is there. So due to these two lone pair of electrons only, the size of water molecule again decreased 104 degree. Actually the initial bond angle is 107 degree. Due to the interaction of the lone pair electrons, the bond angle still shrinked bond pair. So that is why the power of lone pair electron is stronger. So lone pair interaction is stronger than bond pair interaction. That's why lone pair greater than lone pair greater than bond pair. The next question, the species having pyramidal shape. What is pyramidal shape? Pyramidal shape means trigonal PCl3. Let us take PCl3. This is pyramidal shape. This is called pyramidal shape. Like that OSF2 also pyramidal shape. Yes, sulfur and oxygen is there like this. So this also pyramidal shape. Oh yes, this also pyramidal shape molecule. This also pyramidal shape. So OF2 is the pyramidal shape molecule. Next question is HCF2 is isostructure with dash. The answer is A, B, C, D. B is the answer. What is the structure of HCF2? Now I am going to draw the structure of HCF2. HCF2. So 1, 2, 3, 4 fluorine, 2 fluorine atoms are there. HCF2 only. So, okay, isostructure, right? 7 electrons are there, minus, okay. 2, 4, 1 more electrons are there. So 6 electrons are there. Fluorine and this fluorine. This is the XeF2 structure. The ICl also similar to I because I have 7 electrons are there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 will be 7 here like this. So this is the structure similar to xenon fluoride. Next one, which of the following has regular geometry? Chloroform CHCl3 have regular geometry. CCl4 1, CCl3 hydrogen is at the top. 1, 2, 3 chlorine, 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 hydrogen. So this have the regular geometry. So this is the answer for all these 4 multiple choice questions. Dear children, one more question. Explain the shape of SF4 molecule on the basis of VSEBR theory. VSEBR theory is very important theory. That's why I am doing one more problem. SF4. SF4. This SF4 sulfur atomic number is equal to 16. Sulfur atomic number is equal to 16, right? Valence electron in sulfur is equal to 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. Up to this is called a neon configuration, Roman gas configuration. Remaining 3s2, 3p4 is called the valence electron. So how many valence electron present in sulfur is equal to 6. Now bonding pairs, number of bonding pairs. How many bonding pairs present in the SF4? There are 4 fluorine bonded with 4 fluorine bonded. That I will teach you the shape. There are 4 bonds. So how many bonding pairs? Okay. Then total number of electrons involved equals to electron pairs. Total number of electron pairs equal to 6 plus 4. That is valence electron plus bonding pair. The valence electron plus surrounding atom or bonding pair divided by 2 is equal to 5. So how many electron pairs? Total number of electron bonding pairs 5. So now I am going to write lone pair electrons. Number of lone pair equals to bond pair. Number of bond pair, okay. Total number of electrons minus bond pair, right? This is the formula. Already we have discussed in the last question. So therefore 5 minus 4 equal to 1. So bond pair is equal to 4, lone pair is equal to 1. So SF4 there are 4 bond pair and 1 lone pair. First you have to write the atomic number, valence electron finding. After that you have to write the bond pairs, surrounding atoms, total number of electron pairs equal to. You have to write the bond pair and lone pair by 2. You get this electron pairs. Lone pair means total number of electron minus bond pair. You get the 1. After this, you will solve the remaining things. Now, lone pair electrons have 2 options. They will occupy the equatorial position or the axial position. So, we already learned in the VSEBR theory, lone pair interactions greater than lone pair, bond pair interaction greater than lone pair, bond pair interaction. So, the lone pair interaction is 90 degree, greater than 120 degree, greater than 180 degree, right? So, these things are given now. Now, I am going to draw the correct structure. Suppose SF6 is like this. If the lone pair electrons between the 2 uh, sulfur atom, between the two surrounding atom means stability of the molecule will decrease. Stability will decrease because there is no, because lone pair repulsion is maximum, so this structure is not possible. Suppose I am uh, arranging the, to minimize the repulsion between the fluorine and the lone pair electron, I can arrange this like this, means the lone pair electrons are arranged at the equatorial position of SF6, means the distance between the bond pair and lone pair is higher, so the repulsion between the molecules is minimized, so it will form stable molecule. Stable molecule. This is the stable correct structure of SF4. And yes, this structure is like seesaw model. It is like a seesaw model. Seesaw model. These are the things required for the SF4 molecules. This is a 2-mark question. Thank you, students. Have a nice day. Next class we will discuss the remaining things.